Dream, you can dream, you can dream, you can dream. I know you can dream.
Hello? Hello? Oh, okay. Hold on, I'll go join. Hold on. Alright, I think you didn't know that I was casting. We're live. What's up, everyone? He wants to watch. We got, this is out west, right? This is east. See east. So, you're see east too, right? Oh, you're see west. So we're coast rivals. Opposite coast rivals. You're west. You're west on me, so I gotta. That's my, I guess, is my commentating / scatting report. This might be my first game commentating on a Heroes game. Smash Brothers and Hearthstone. Oh, thank you. I know my stuff though, so we'll be good. Smash is pretty hard to commentate. Hearthstone's very easy to commentate. Children's card game. So, which team had first pick?
Okay. I am also muted there. Wait. Okay.
So, from what I understand correctly, you do only 2 games no matter what.
Yeah, that is correct.
That's just a logistical thing? Like, to make it so it doesn't go on forever, I assume?
I think it's just a good round-robin tournament. Okay, I'm just double-checking. I have 2 extra spectators here. I want to make sure it's cool with both teams here. Alright, let me just go ahead up and pull up the casting pregame here. And this is completely wrong, because this is not these 2 teams at all. Okay, here. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Okay.
Alright, so...
Okay, Team 1 says it's okay. Okay, yeah, they want the observers out here, so we're gonna throw them the Twitch link. I'm gonna go ahead and get them out of here.
Okay.
We should be ready to go pretty soon here.
Alright, let me bring up the rosters.
Yeah.
So I have to put it... I'm surprised the first thing... I put NSG Heroes of the Storm, and the first thing that comes up is not...
Okay, let me kick this other guy. Okay.
Oh, I can look at the side here. I'm stupid.
Okay, well, I think we're about to get ready to go in the draft here.
Alright.
Okay. Alright, we are ready to go here, so let me switch over to the game, and let's get the draft going here.
Alright, so we're going on Sky Temple right now.
Yeah, I am super excited.
Now, we're on the new patch, so it's going to be curious. People are going to have less of a focus on pushing now, I feel like. Even
Yeah, they just changed things too, which is, I'm interested to see what kind of pushing they have planned for
I'm
us.
also going to see if someone goes Mouth here. I think he's good. I've heard some people say he's not good because he's too risky. But I just feel like the healing is hard to pass up. And he's an anti-dive healer, so why? So if they could try to punish him diving, then
Brightwing is also a very good anti-dive hero, but I'm not sure that we see too much from these days. From what I hear, word on the street is Malfurion is pretty strong, but also a little bit skill cap high. So you need a lot of skill to play.
I did play him on the PTR, and he's very hard to play now. You have to constantly throw out Qs, not only throw them out, but you have to throw them in each individual hero, keep track of that. They do give you an indicator now. So we're seeing a double global ban right now, which is interesting. So that means they want to deny the globals. Falstad is also denying the boss control a little bit. Boss is very important on this map.
Yeah.
I have no idea what these teams play, so I'm a...
Yeah, I don't either.
There's always the Greymane pick. Greymane grabs the Mercs here pretty quickly.
Yeah, Greymane ETC very high on the order here, because not only are they just all-purpose picks, they can't really be countered, and they don't give you any information about what your plan is. Sonya also very, very powerful right now, can grab a lot of camps. Camps were super powerful. I still think they are, although
towers,
the recent
towers
nerfs,
are much stronger though. So
yeah,
camps are going to be significantly worse. They're 33% stronger from what I understand. The camps themselves got worse. I think some of the camps got worse. Some of them got better. The Hellbats, I think, were the most targeted because they were just stupidly good for no reason. But Sonya's a good pick here. The Haka's gone. Falstad's gone. So you can go for the Sonya. It's a pretty safe pick, and there's not much they can really hard counter besides maybe a Malthael. Problem about picking a Malthael is that you also there's a lot of weaknesses with Malthael. He's not a very balanced hero in that regard. You go okay, so we're seeing a Malfurion come out early. I'm ready for this. Basically, Malfurion. If people don't know, Malfurion is basically instead of overtime healing one guy, it's more of overtime healing multiple guys now. You don't get the initial burst heal, but you get heals from Moonfire every single time. The ticks, the tick healing is a little bit less, but it lasts longer. So,
yeah. Have you gotten a chance to play Malfurion on PTR?
I have, and I think first of all, his talent tree is actually still kind of the same. It's a lot more versatile, in my opinion. You lose some of the stuff like Scattering Drone, but you get a lot of other high utility things for healing. You didn't even have a pre-healing talent before 10, so now he's healing. Which
is really cool. I did not get a chance to play him in the PTR. I'm very excited to.
He gets at level 1. He has a few more options. He can go for the damage still, but he also has the Innervate ability. Okay, so we go with a Vala ETC here.
Yep.
Pretty solid choices.
Very vanilla draft so far here. Neither team really committing to either.
I don't know that I would commit to the Vala right now, only because I still strongly believe that Vala is better with like a Tassadar or like some kind of other double support. I think she's still really squishy.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like if I had the Malfurion, says Soul Heal, I probably would not grab the Vala here. But we could see Vala paired with classical Ariel. Uther also is.
You could grab like
another person that can
Rhaegar. That's still, I guess, not bad. Or Uther Lucio.
Yeah, but yeah, it's very much a protect the Vala at that point, which Sony and ETC, to be fair, are very good at. And see, we getting rid of the other global left over here, Winston Churchill. Getting rid of the Brightwing also gets rid of more boss control.
That's true. So, but I do feel like that the boss control strongly favors red team right now.
Which, by the way, is Mortis Invicta.
Mortis Invicta, and then we have
and the Winston Churchill Manatees.
Winston Churchill Manatees. Okay.
Yeah.
I can't see their names, so it's hard for me to.
Yeah, it's all on the overlay here, so.
I guess Malf is a solo support now. So they're probably just banning out the support they can think of. I probably would have gone for Lucio ban. I just think Lucio's still good, but.
Yeah. I even with the Malfurion, I could maybe see like some kind of Tassadar, another comp here, but Greymane Malfurion, just no information here. I would have a hard time banning as well.
They're probably. I would say they're gonna ban a tank, maybe.
Yeah.
Diablo.
Yeah, looking for Diablo. Definitely dangerous with the dive, especially if you need to protect the Vala.
They knew exactly.
Immediately locks and suits off Murden, going for the double support.
So this is probably gonna be a higher focus on some of the earlier damage talents on Malfurion, which still do a lot of damage. So they did nerf his Moonfire damage a little bit, but that's not really what he did the most damage with. The most damage he used to put out was the level 4 Entangle Vines talent.
Yeah.
And the level 1 auto attack.
Yeah. Oh, Malfurion can really bully people early on in the game.
And they might throw him in the lane. I mean, I don't think it's ideal
with
Sonya, but I don't think she can kill him in the early game. You'd be surprised. When I used to play Malfurion pre-patch, I used to bully like variants and stuff out of the lane.
Oh yeah, I've definitely played Malfurion and gotten my fair share of bullying. He's not in organized play. He's not usually thrown in the solo lane, but you know, since they have a second support, I see no reason why not.
They're probably gonna grab the Lucio hero, I think, and Li Ming.
Yep.
Okay.
Li Ming, very strong, very like. This is a very old draft. It seems like.
Yeah, I think they do have a good upfront line. With the ETC is one of the best peeling tanks. I do think that some kind of heavy engage. The Stukov pick kind of is like I'm not sure about. I think like a Karzi might have been a little bit better with a little bit more mobility, especially when you see that Vala. I think Stukov, like, especially on this level where I think you kind of split a lot, Stukov kind of loses a little bit of value. Stukov is...
Yeah, they're going to be able... Blue team needs to be looking for more burst here, especially to get onto... to sort of take advantage of going against the Lucio. Maybe get somebody on the Lucio and get him before he can get...
Okay, so they're going Gul'dan.
Yeah.
So...
Which, you know, gives them, I think... brings them up in the terms of the wave clear game. Looking for the swap here.
I think the wave clears are comparatively even. Both of them have decent merkers.
Yep.
You obviously have a lot of sustain on the side of blue team. And I actually think the longer the fight goes, the better chance the blue team has winning the fight.
Winston Churchill, absolutely, they out-sustain. Just by nature of having double support, they out-sustain Mortis and Invicta. But Mortis and Invicta, if they can get in, if they can keep the Val alive long enough, which Sony and ETC, if they can really get in the back lane with the Lucio giving them movement speed, it's going to be difficult for them. I think it's really going to be up to Stukov's going to have to be on point with his disengages. I think Malfurion roots too.
Generally, I think the blue team is a little bit favored into the late game. I think Horrify is going to get a lot of value here into Sony ETC because ETC, while he has relatively high sustain. If you can isolate him, he tends to be a little bit on the squishier side. You have the burst coming from Malfurion at 10. He can get Twilight Dream. We have to see if there's a Tranquility. You could be here because of the new armor mechanic. I'm not sure. I haven't really tested it a lot. But you have the potential to get 50 armor to everyone, I think is what it is. Or 40 armor.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh yeah. With the new what's it called? Tranquility. Yeah. I don't think we'll see Tranquility picked up here, especially with Sonya and Li Ming and Vala coming onto the team. And if Malfurion can get a Twilight Dream off into Vala, that is good night.
Yeah, I think that it's on the red team to position properly and not overextend. And if they do, I think they just die very quickly in a fight.
Yeah. All right, over here on Winston Churchill Manatees on the blue side, we've got K-Wolf 55 on Gul'dan. Falendrith on Malfurion, Locke on Greymane, Grover on Stukov, and Separate Deer on the Muradin.
And for the red team, Victoria, what is it? Anyway, we have...
Mortis and Invicta.
Zarneth on ETC. They're moving so fast. Gunslinger on Sonya. We have Goody on Vala, Kitten on Lucio, and Striker on Li Ming.
Okay, looks like we have Winston Churchill Manatees going up here to grab the eye first. Not sure what they're going to do with it. They are moving mid here and have a big old brawl here. Looking at Gul'dan going here for the Corruption build. Looking for that burst. Greymane going with the Cocktail build, classic. No real surprises over here. Muradin going for block. Going to get a decent amount of value, except against the Lucio. ETC going Prog Rock. Acceleron from Lucio.
I'm actually not sure I like block here.
Yeah. It's going to be really good against the Vala.
That's it, though, in my opinion. Like...
Yeah. And the Sonya as well, I would
Sonya's not
say.
bad. ETC's not bad either.
Yeah.
But we'll have to see. So Mount decided to get a level 1 talent for the audio tax, and
Yeah.
That unfortunately was
Yeah,
a missed
I'm
kill
not really
right
surprised
there.
either.
They had to set up for it, but just kind of missed.
Yeah. Yeah. Vala all alone down in the bottom lane here. Just getting some free XP, and that's giving them a good half a level EXP. Leaves Stukov and
They're gonna be able to get this soak, so it's probably not.
And Greymane coming down. Yeah. Not a whole. Yeah, not a
Now
big
I'm
loss.
surprised the Gul'dan is up in the top lane, and I know a lot of people think that Gul'dan can be a top laner, but I think that the problem with this play is that it denies him a lot of stacks.
Yeah, and I really think that the big problem with Winston Churchill Manatees draft here is just the lack of a soul laner into this Sonya, so they're going to have to make up their rotations, which, to be fair, Muradin is pretty good at. Muradin coming up here and making sure... It's kind of like chilling here in lane, not really offering a whole lot of value coming up here, making sure he's got vision, pushing Lucio off of it. Vala, again, left down here alone in the bottom here, Greymane rotating back down. Everything seems to be pretty... chill for the moment. Big orb onto Malfurion, but he is going to be just fine. But they reach 4 first, and so they're about a half a level XP lead of Nigatini here. ETC kind of bullying Muradin, but he's Muradin. He's just going to jump into a bush and skate away, no problem. Gul'dan here, choosing to sort of freeze the lane towards his side of it. And we got Greymane and Stukov over here helping out. Grabbing camps, really the only team to grab a camper, so good macro play on the side of
yeah,
Winston
and I'm
Churchill
actually
Manatee.
surprised that Stukov is helping him. It's probably not very necessary.
Yeah, it's probably not necessary. Maybe he thought like he was going to take too much damage, but it's a siege camp, and it's a new siege camp, so you can take it without taking any damage at all.
Yeah.
So Gul'dan in a little bit of trouble here, but he's Gul'dan. He's got infinite sustain. He should be okay. Just getting some damage onto the lanes here, and yeah, go ahead.
Oh, and this is the issue that I even think Greymane would be better to throw into the top, because Greymane can beat Sonya. It's possible, and with the 4-man rotation, you get a lot of wave clear and a lot of people to give him sustain, give the Gul'dan sustain and clear the waves. And anyone trying to fight to double support Gul'dan Muradin is going to have trouble.
Yeah,
and that's where I think that the blue team would have a huge advantage in.
Yeah. Okay, we got Mortis and Invicta on the middle temple here, while Muradin up here taking the top lane. Sonya grabbing the XP. They realize that the temples are going to be pretty much traded out. Sonya!
Yeah, Sonya's going to go down right now. And I really don't... That was a really greedy play on her part.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. She tried to push up into that lane instead of sort of soaking safely, which is really kind of the idea here. There was too many people up top there. Okay, Mortis and Invicta is going to finish the mid-temple. Winston Churchill is going to finish out the bottom one. Meanwhile, Greymane got rid of the other 2 giants, and that tower bottom is it's going to be gone here. So that's a good start here, bottom temple.
Winston Churchill,
as the
they played that really well. They got 3 people up in the top. 1 to soak the lane, 2 on the temple, and 1 in each other lane. So they got maximum soak. We're able to push the bot lane and get to tower. One tower, they weaken the other by a significant margin. So that was a good play on their part. They have a more than half level lead. And people don't realize how important that pushing that bot lane in the beginning is, because the next temple spawns in the bottom. Yeah, almost there. Now they're going for the top temple, so they're out macroing, and red team tries to come in, but they don't get him, unfortunately. I mean, I don't think Lucio and ETC are going to be able to kill the Gul'dan.
Yeah, nothing doing up there.
They do scare him off. Sonya's going for the camp. A little early, I'd say.
Yeah, it's odd. It's an odd timing here to get this now, because chances are that Winston Churchill, they're going to be able to clear this camp, and it's not going to get any value.
Gul'dan's going to clear this very easily. I think that these ones got nerfed in their spell armor too. I can't remember. There's a few that got nerfed in their spell armor.
Malfurion talking about bullying here. Malfurion just pushing Vala completely off this bottom lane and just really almost killed her.
I mean, his healing is going to be better in a one-on-one fight even more now, because fires are going to hit more often in a one-on-one fight than they are in a team fight.
It's almost like a lifesteal, so to speak. Lucio getting chunked out. Gul'dan gets a big old heal from the healing fountain there.
Yeah, they're going to be able to clear this, and this push is going to have to be answered. And I'm assuming Sonya is going to be staying up here. They're gonna get level 10
Yeah.
before Mortis and Invicta, so that means that they're not gonna be able to contest the temple. I mean, if I were Winston Churchill, I would boss right now.
I would definitely consider it. It's very risky, especially if things go wrong. But if Sonya remains top, it would not a bad idea.
Just keep in mind, they have a very high boss control-y ults with flailing swipe. They have flailing. No, they got massive shit. They have flailing swipe. They have horrify. They have twilight dream. So anyone that goes in on there is going to be in trouble.
Yeah.
But I can respect the safe play because, to be fair, Sky Temple is one where you generally don't want to take a lot of risks if you have an early lead, because it is extremely hard to come back on.
Yeah, this boss pit, they have 10 very soon. If they catch them out here, 10, it's going to be a rough fight, I think, even if they do have ults. So Murden on grabbing this temple. He's going to grab it for free, basically. And it looks like Mortis and Invicta kind of confused us what to do. Misclick there, I believe, from Lucio, breaking it down in mid lane with nobody around. Unfortunate loss of an ult there. Greyman comes up to try and throw some cocktails and push them off of here. But so far, looking rough for Mortis and Invicta as Winston Churchill rotates up here to easily deal with this. Mortis and Invicta needed to move in. Murden looking for a flank here, jumps in, lays down the Stormbolt. Greymane jumps in here. Here comes the ETC.
Okay, punish right there. Yeah.
Yeah, Twilight Dream comes out, completely chunks down Sonya and ETC, and they have to retreat as Sonya goes down. It looks like most of them are going to get out just fine.
And that's the part where I said if Red Team overextends, they're going to get punished really hard.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's going to be even rougher with the bottom camp is still pushing, and they grab the top fort as a prize. So really good play there coming out for...
and that's the power of Malfurion and Gul'dan, you know. They're very strong against the heavy front line because of that silence and because of that horrify. With the Greymane follow-up, you know, you can burst someone down pretty quickly.
Okay, we got some posturing going on mid here as Winston Churchill very near 13. They're feeling pretty bold at the moment.
They want to look for a fight, I'm sure, so very soon.
Yeah, so let me look at, obviously we saw Stage Dive, we saw Sound Barrier from Lucio, Wave of Force coming out for Li Ming, Strafe coming out from Vala, looking, which I find interesting with their comp, because Strafe into a comp with as much double support I think is a mistake for there, and we got Wrath of the Berserker coming out for Sonya. I would not have been surprised to see a leap there, but Wrath is just fine as well. Looks like we got a 13-11, they're looking for a real fight here. As they stand here, Murden initiates onto the Vala. Vala gets way chunked out. Greymane's looking for blood. He backs off. Sound Barrier comes out, and he has to jump away as Strafe comes out. Li Ming Orb hits. Doesn't do a ton of damage, but Sonya gets the top temple for free. And actually, that's one of the sort of best results for Mortis and Invicta. No deaths, and Sonya gets the top temple. And so they trade out, which is going to be good for them because they're behind. So very good disengage there. Oh well. And, you know, I will say Strafe got a little bit of value there on the disengage, forcing Greyman to back away. ETC slides in. Murden responds by initiating on. Big Orb comes out, chunks down Malfurion, but he is going to give himself a Q, throw out some more Moonfires, and he's going to be okay. Malfurion stepping up pretty far, but Mortis and Invicta does not want to commit to this because it is 4v5. And meanwhile, we have Sonya going to grab mid camp. Mortis and Invicta looking to get back into the macro game. All right. Okay. They come in there, they use their advantage here. They realize that they're not all together, and they go in and they steal the siege camp, putting even more pressure bottom. Greyman looking to clear mid here.
Yeah,
and it looks like they're 5. They're looking for a fight, but they're not quite sure how to engage.
If you're Mortis, if you're Winston Churchill, you back off right now. This is a really tough fight. They should have fought when they had a 14-12 with the guy up top.
Yeah, they tried. They didn't push it hard enough because they were focused more on the temple. But Murden gets caught out here. Is he going to be able to get the jump off? He has to pop Avatar, and this is definitely the fight Mortis and Invicta wants. Stukov looks for the disengage, but he doesn't get everybody. ETC uses Stage Out to jump back in, but meanwhile, Sony getting chunked out. Greymane, though, getting absolutely wasted. And Twilight Dream comes out, followed up by a horrified big plays there, and ETC goes down. What a combo.
Yeah, and like I said, that's the late game value I'm talking about right there. There's just much higher impact ults on the side of Winston Churchill. I mean, you do have the stage dive, you do have the sound barrier, but you don't beat people just running to you and wanting to die when it comes to the Horrify or when it comes to Twilight Dream. They're just game menders.
Yeah, and it looks like they pulled Sonya off of the camp here to grab to start that fight, and they're able to get this camp real easy. Sonya has to clear those that bottom, and they're going to go for the boss play. Very, very risky, but they realize that they have to clear those night camp, and it looks like Mortis and Invicta is going to be very late to rotate.
Flailing Snipe will probably be up by the time they try to rotate down anyway, so...
Yeah. Well, boss is going to be dead by the time Flailing Snipe comes up, so boss is dead. Free boss for them. Mortis and Invicta does not sniff the boss attempt out. That would have been a great fight for them, actually, if they had responded quickly enough. But unfortunately, that camp up there,
neither of them had ults, heroics, so they go down either way. But if you're red team, like I said, you take the fight where all the heroics are drained.
Yeah, Mortis and Invicta deciding if they want to get the temple, and they're going to send Sonya alone to go clear the boss. They realize they don't want to fight over this temple. They're just going to go grab it bottom. Mortis and Invicta seems to be a little bit shaky on their decision-making here this game.
Yes.
Winston Churchill making much crisper decisions. And we have Malfurion and Greymane coming down here. Maybe just to sort of see what's going on. I doubt that they'll start a fight themselves. Malfurion really, I think, trying to get vision before they grab that siege camp, make sure they're not grabbing it as well. ETC waiting in the bush here just in case anybody tries to start something. Siege camp comes down, and they are all rotating down. Gul'dan and Sonya going to be late. So this is a 4v4, 16-14. Mortis and Invicta does not want this. Li Ming, gets stunned out. Silence, but she is able to get over and teleport out. ETC slides in. Strafe comes out, but Vala is getting wrecked. Yeah, very good Horrify, ETC, and the dominoes fall. Everybody just falls apart. Vala trying to get a little too much value out of that strafe there, put herself in real danger, and the Horrify coming out, sealing her fate. Li Ming Poke is not going to do a whole lot here, as Mortis and Invicta has to retreat. Sonya, I know you're looking for blood, but it's not going to be.
This is the time where, like I said, I think Vala is just sometimes going to be a little bit too squishy in a solo support, and you also have a Li Ming and a Lucio backline. I mean, that's a very squishy backline.
Absolutely.
And you get, like I said, you get one Horrify. Hopefully, Lucio doesn't get hit the you can sound barrier, and that's basically about what you can do.
Yeah, which is why I was hoping for Rain of Vengeance and even Leap, because it's against double support. You need to end fights fast if you're Mortis and Invicta. But so far, they get a keep for their trouble. It looks like mid keep is going to be close to follow. They don't even have 16 yet, and this keep is real low. It looks like a free keep here for Winston Churchill. Mortis and Invicta trying to poke him out. Sonya getting real mad. ETC sliding in, not really grabbing anybody. Big spear onto Gul'dan, but he is going to jump away. Stage dive in as they look to really capitalize against Gul'dan. Flailing Snipe comes out here. At the same time, Soundbearer comes in, and they are really starting to clear everybody. Sonya
right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Stukov goes down. Sonya pays off. Twilight Dream finally comes out. Doesn't kill anybody. Gul'dan comes out. Mortis and Invicta, really Sonya willing that fight into existence here. Greymane goes down. It is 4-0, and that is the team fight that Mortis and Invicta wanted. I apologize. The stream is still bumpy. I tried to... Normally I have no issue with casting, but I think something may be wrong here. I may have to reset some stuff in between games here.
I would like to point out that in that fight, I really think that they should have turned.
Oh, big slide. I agree as well. Twilight Dream was very late in coming down. Murden.
Twilight Dream was up, Horrify was up, and most of their team was not close to them. And while Sonya can be hard to kill, if you get the right CC chain, this could be ended. guys.
Yeah, absolutely. One team fight. They're going to be up very soon. Lucio keeping everybody alive. Everybody looks really healthy. Strafe is still up. Stage Dive's still up. And Sound Barrier's going to be up very soon. And they could easily get this core if Lucio stays alive. But Lucio dies. But it's not going to be enough. Sonya doing a lot of damage. Li Ming, though, dying. And if Vala and Sonya don't kill this core, it's going to be it. But they managed to do so. Mortis and Invicta. They finally pull together the strengths of their team comp and win a team fight at the right time and manage to do it at the end of the game and go on to win the game. Very good aggression by them at the end of the game. They're doing very well.
That was basically the only chance they had of winning right there, I would say.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. And but they took it, and it absolutely paid off.
Like I said, I think we've seen the whole game where Mortis and Invicta was the indecisive ones, but in that fight, Winston Churchill was indecisive, and they were kind of passive, and they had a chance, I think, to turn around the fight where Greymane occupied three of their Mortis and Invicta teammates. They could have horrified at Sonya, and she would have been dead to Rice, but they didn't, and they just kind of let, like, I think there was a certain point where you just have to fight, you know? Lucio's chasing you down. I mean, that's the one thing you can't do is run away from a Lucio team. So, that was good on Mortis and Invicta for knowing when to put on the aggression. But I think that's the key example of heroes where sometimes late game decisions that are sloppy can bite you in the butt.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you have to play the full game through. I mean, even if you have the advantage going through the whole game, if you're outmacking your team, just one mistake, and you're going to go down. Okay. I believe our next map is Infernal Shrine.
And is this a map selection, or is this your first draft for Winston?
This is the map selection from Mortis and Invicta.
Okay.
Sky Tempa was Winston Churchill's map pick.
Do they each get a map pick?
Okay. Yes, each team gets a map pick. They switch. That's one way the best of two kind of keeps it fair, is that there's no best of three, so each team gets a map pitch, each team gets a hero pick. They're rewarded 3 points for a 2-0. They're awarded a 1 point for a tie, and 0 points for a loss.
I would like to talk a little bit about the mouth build that was there. So he went for the level 1 damage. It's reasonable. A lot of people think that you don't get a lot of value because you can't really get an auto attack range with mouth, which has merit.
Right.
He went level 2. He went to bigger roots. So they changed it. So in the level 16 ability that I forget what it's called.
Right. For Malfurion.
Yeah.
The bigger roots.
That's
the only way I know it.
They changed it to level 4, but instead they don't add it. They're not adding a they don't add extra stun. It stays on the ground longer and it gets bigger. He took that at level 4. At level 7, he took what did he take? Oh, I think he took the longer duration. Let me take a look. I know which one he took. Yeah.
Just chatting.
Oh, no. He took the cleanse one. I'm not sure if I like that one. I'll be honest.
Okay.
Because it's not a cleanse. It just removes all the active ones.
Yeah, it's a rough, and it's definitely
probably good against
better against certain things.
It's good against stage dive, actually, but he didn't know that they were going stage dive at the time. To be fair, I really like the wild growth, which is each hero hit by Moonfire extends the duration of regrowth by 1 second. So if you hit 3 people, you extend each regrowth duration by 1 second. That means more heals overall.
Yeah,
a lot more.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
And that's
okay.
Other than that, he went for the pretty standard ice block, and then he went for the longer. There's 2 options to get at level 16, in my opinion, for mouth. There's one that gives you extended regrowth duration and increases Moonfire's area by 25%. So basically, it's better for the W heals.
Yeah.
There's also one that is a little bit more burst, which increases Moonfire's heals by 15% per ally affected by growth.
Okay.
I found that the Moonfire area, first of all, Moonfire area helps you hit Moonfire, and you get regrowth duration by 5 seconds extra. So, I think that's the better choice, but we'll have to see over time. Now, if you saw, Mount did a lot of damage last game. I don't know if you looked at the stats after.
I did not see. What was his damage numbers like?
Pretty high. I think it was the highest on his team, at least at some point.
Yeah, I mean, at some point he bullied Avala out of lane, which pretty great. Okay, I think we have.
If you're Winston Churchill, you have to keep in mind. You have to say we were winning 95% of that game, and we made a silly mistake. Lost.
Yeah.
We didn't disengage properly. We overextended. Now, that being said, they totally outdrafted him. They totally outplayed him, and they just got to do it again. Tie this up. Now, if you are Mortis and Invicta, you have to think about a little bit. I would say draft kind of more well-rounded in the beginning. Finish off, top off with the niche picks.
Yeah, I think Mortis and Invicta, if they commit and they get aggressive, if their comp demands it, I think they're going to be in a really good spot.
And I think they need to draft a more. Maybe they need to draft a little slightly more aggressive comp. Maybe instead of Vala, they have Genji or something.
Okay, it looks like we are ready here.
All right,
we're going to go into Infernal Shrines here.
Now, this is another macro-heavy map, too, as well. But the objective is way more teamfight-oriented than Sky Temple is.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely see more mage here instead of...
You'll see...
Because I think mages are a lot stronger.
You'll see Gul'dan.
Yeah, oh, for sure. I would not be surprised to see a Gul'dan
Sonya
ban
here first. Sonya is a lot stronger on this level than she is on Sky Temple, so it makes sense because she's really strong on the Shrine.
She's just strong. She's just strong in general. Actually, I think she's probably one of the best heroes at the moment.
I think that people tend to overrate her a little bit because she's very well-rounded and easy to play. However, I don't think she's always the most dominant bruiser that you can pick. There's merits for someone like Dehaka. Globals can never be underestimated, Honestly, I think those two are by far the best. There's arguments for Arthas playing at the bruiser.
Yeah.
Just be it for his ability to hard counter some of the top picks like Genji and Greymane.
Yeah. The downside to globals, of course, is that global is definitely a lot harder style.
It is. It's something that I recommend people get used to, though. To try to experiment with a lot more. Mostly Dehaka, because I think he's the best global by far right now. But Falstad and Brightwing and ETC is a global a lot of times.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Stage dive is fantastic.
Yeah, it really is. And taking ETC, I think an ETC pick here would be really strong. Because of his versatility, he can go Sage Dive, he can go Mash. He's really strong on the Shrine because he can, unlike someone like Murden, he can go through and slide through all the minions. And we had
and there he is, ETC. Sylvanas, Mortis and Invicta looking not to get cheesed here on their second match.
I think it's a little too high priority on the Sylvanas ban. I probably would have banned ETC, but we'll see. I also think that Sylvanas is actually a little bit worse now than all the changes to towers. I know people saying the priority to towers because they're stronger. Sylvanas is better, but I don't. I think it just makes her more neutral. Minions are a lot worse.
Yeah.
Mercs.
Yeah, I've definitely heard both coming from both sides.
It's like I don't know how to describe it. It's like if everything is worse, somehow someone seems better. I just think they stay relative the same, if not worse.
I think Mortis and Invicta probably looking to just kind of forget about the Sylvanas. If you do lose a Punisher, it's harder to get a Punisher if you have a Sylvanas, but if you do have it, it makes that push much stronger, and you have to get a lot of anti-siege. So we have Kael'thas Dehaka coming here, very classic for this map.
Like I said, the macro is good in this map. Dehaka, one of the best macro heroes in the game. He's able to go in, and he's able to go right on those shrines because the vents are right on the shrine.
Yeah, not surprised here to see KT Fire coming in. I think he's a lot stronger than he has been in the past. His wave clear is humongous.
I think that it's a little high priority on him right now, only because
Yeah.
I think I actually think Gul'dan is a little bit better.
Yeah.
But it's easy to get countered. I think KT is a little bit harder to protect than Gul'dan.
Yeah, absolutely. He has to go Mana Addict, which on this map you can get your quest pretty quickly. But Gul'dan, his heroic, I think, has a lot more impact than KT.
That is very true. And he is a little bit higher self-sustain.
Yeah.
But both mages, and we get the Brightwing out. I think that's going to slightly counter the Dehaka, but
Yeah, it's to give the additional global pressure, but given that Winston Churchill went double support last game, I would not be surprised to see it happen.
There's a lot of options for double support right here. I'm assuming that it's going to be something very single target heavy, probably maybe like a medic. I wouldn't mind as much.
Right.
I know we don't see medic, but I think medic would be good here.
Yeah.
Because you got.
But I will say, Brightwing, if the KT is really solid, Brightwing has a lot of trouble keeping up with that damage.
That's I think Brightwing is particularly bad with Gul'dan just because of the heals are not ideal. So what is probably, I would assume that another support is coming out here and probably someone to counter put in the top lane. I would think.
Yeah. Winston Churchill definitely valuing Malfurion higher, and they see that Invictus has not grabbed him, so they're just going to go ahead and ban him out so that he's not picked up here in this rotation.
And maybe the consensus is that Malfurion is pretty strong right now.
Oh yeah, it looks like Winston Churchill thinks so.
Malfurion is also going to be a lot better against Gul'dan than he was in the past because he has more AoE healing. More AoE sustained healing. And we got Kerrigan.
Yep, not surprised here. Kerrigan definitely making a comeback, especially on this map. The old Korean strats are not dead. We grab a Stukov here, which I think is good. It's good synergy with the rest of their team.
Now, like I said, if you're the Winston Churchill boys, I think you grab another support here. This is crazy. I'd say Anna.
Well, I think at this point, with the Kael'thas, Kerrigan, Stukov, and Dehaka, I think you need a cleanse.
She can do that.
Yeah.
I just think that Anna could be useful with her dart. Is a very good anti-dive tool against Kerrigan.
Oh, definitely.
You could go Uther here. That's always good.
Yeah.
Uther kind of provides the quick initial burst heals, and then you have Brightwing of the healing over time.
Yeah. Gul'dan, with the Gul'dan pick, it feels like they've definitely locked themselves into a double support, because if they all of a sudden want to switch now...
D.Va.
Oh, they don't. They don't do double support, so they go for... Oh.
Okay, you know what? I don't like D.Va, but I actually kind of like the D.Va here.
Oh, Infernal Shrines, I definitely see D.Va a lot more than most other maps. And you see a lot of D.Va here. Seems to make space for the Punisher, make space to get that Punisher with bomb if you've got a close race. But Anubarak being the pick here for tank for Mortis and Invicta. And then Vala here, which D.Va and ETC both have peel, but Gul'dan and Vala kind of squishy to be dealing with the dive.
I'm not a fan of that Vala pick.
Yeah. I would have liked to have seen like auto attacker there with maybe a little bit more survivability than a Vala here, because Vala's pretty
They ran out
rough.
of the Gray Man, so that's not an option.
Yeah.
But,
That's true.
honestly, they could have gone Karazim, helping with the double support.
Yeah, Kairazim would have actually been a pretty good pick there. A little rough into the KT.
I stand by Uther. That's what I stand by.
Oh, I agree. I would have gone Uther and then somebody else. Even Avala at that point would have been fine instead of the D.Va. But they are missing that extra bruiser, so they grab up the D.Va instead. And it's really going to be up to how strong the engage is on Mortis and Invicta. They've got a lot of engage here. They've got Kerrigan, they've got Anubarak here, Kael'thas and Stukov able to bring big follow-up, and Dahaka adds to
Now,
the CC.
the only
So
problem,
a lot of CC.
the only problem I see is that level 10 hits, Horrify is going to get humongo big value.
Oh yeah, Horrify and Bomb and are very good disengage tools, as is Brightwing. But we are into the game here on Infernal Shrines, and we are pairing ourselves. Okay, we've got the K-Wolf now on the Vala, the Philandrith on the Brightwing, Separate Deer on ETC, Grover on the Diva, and Locke on Gul'dan.
And for Mortis Invicta, we have Gladion. We have Gladion Kael'thas. We have Striker Kerrigan, Zaldreth on Dahaka, Kitten on Stukov, and Gunslinger on Anubarak.
All right. Okay, looks like both teams posturing to run mid
Now,
here.
Looking at this comp, I'm not sure I like the Brightwing as much because the mobility is going to be an issue with the rotations.
Yeah, it feels like the Brightwing pick was really, they felt forced to grab the Brightwing to respond to the global of Dahaka, and if they wanted just a global, I would have actually gone Falstead there instead of Brightwing.
Yeah, I mean, Falstead's seen a lot less play recently.
Yeah. And, let's see, the Nubarak Kerrigan initiation, like we said before, they have a huge initiation, but their target was Diva, so only a half death there, and she runs off without her mech for now. Kael'thas being ballsy, going convection here.
I think half mech is half mech.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think people undervalue the XP that you get from half the kill sometimes. So
yeah, Mortis and Invicta going straight to lanes immediately this time. Winston Churchill missing a decent amount of soak here. They're already to level 2 here for Mortis and Invicta. And I gotta say, Kael'thas, you know, there's not a whole lot of dive here, so going convection here, maybe not the worst idea in the world.
Maybe not.
We got Anubarak going Regeneration Master, which kind of surprises me, like, especially against the Gul'dan, you don't go Nerubian Armor.
And a Q-Build Vala.
Yeah, no other real surprises. You have the Kerrigan going the Siphoning Impact. Yeah. Brightwing here going Hypershift, which sounds to me like she's not even going to get Cleanse here.
One thing I see different,
which surprises me,
is Dahaka's Tissue Regeneration.
Ooh, ETC looking for the gank here onto Kerrigan. Can they land it? Very nice job. Gul'dan baits out the cooldown from Kerrigan. Kerrigan doesn't retreat immediately, and ETC is there to finish
now,
it off.
I really don't think Mortis Invicta is playing very aggressive here enough. And I know people like Kerrigan because they think she's good on the shrines, but Kerrigan comps are really bad into the mid game. So you really need to get a big lead in the beginning of the game, which means you need to get kills. Kerrigan comps thrive in early game.
Yeah, she's basically part of their team's initiation combo. Let's see, Brightwing not going the full Z-build, getting the Manic Pixie buff there. And Diva going the Crash Course quest and doesn't have any stacks on it yet, which kind of surprises me. But I don't see this Crash Course talent very often.
You know what, I'm going to be honest, I don't know much about Diva, so...
Usually what I hear is Nitrous Boost. Diva now backing a little bit late. Winston Churchill, though, grabbing the camper. Mortis Invicta opts for the top camp instead of the siege. So that top camp's going to get a lot of push if it's not answered.
Now,
But,
I actually think Blue Shrine control overall is a little bit stronger.
Alright. ETC getting dragged here. Full CC combo coming out of ETC. Doesn't get not a whole lot of follow-up. ETC doesn't take away too much damage. He's going to be able to heal himself up there. Okay, Diva comes in trying to push Dahaka away. Dahaka getting polymorphed, not able to follow up there. Kael'thas continuing to get convection stacks. He's at 13 stacks already. But meanwhile, Anubarak really looking low, but ETC stays a little bit too long. Diva Bomb comes out, doesn't really get any value as ETC dies. Dahaka, though, Vala trying to looking to finish him off, does, and gets out of there. Stukov really the only person pushing it away.
Didn't get as little value as we thought, because it did push the Kerrigan out towards him.
Yeah, absolutely. And that whole time, Anubarak, we have a pause here.
So this.
Okay, we're waiting for some lag.
I think this Gul'dan is not focusing enough on the shrine right now, especially in the beginning of that fight. I think next time he needs to get on the. If KT gets on the shrine first, and gets a lot of minions, you get a pretty big lead.
Okay, let me see here. We have a pause here.
Yeah, it looks like everyone's lagging. So Valo's going Q build, and this is actually one of the levels where I don't mind a W build.
Yeah, W build could be good here, but Q build I think is with the Gul'dan, you're lacking a little bit of burst.
Right.
But with where Q build is a very good burst tool for
But
Vala, probably her.
I feel like you might as well go all in on the shrine at this point. You have a good front line to protect you. In my opinion.
That's true. I think they were hoping on Gul'dan and Diva Bomb to protect them for this time. So possibly that was their thought process.
To me.
Okay.
Okay, ready? All right. Got about 10 minion lead for blue team. The Winston Churchill.
Yeah, those kills allowed them to jump back in XP.
All right, now see,
and also
I knew that was coming. The one thing I urge assassin players to focus on is positioning right there, and we're gonna get a good kill on an Uberak.
Dang, too long.
Good displacement by EGC.
Yeah. Yeah, too much CC. They're not able to E out, and Dahaka might be next here at the expense of Diva. The Kerrigan, in the meanwhile, goes in on Brightwing. Brightwing out of mana, able to get out, and Kerrigan is going to pay here. Vala trying to turn it. Is that going to be it?
Yeah, I think she's dead anyways.
Oh. Okay, here's the...
Nope.
Oh, down. She went down to 3 hit points. Just barely gets the tap. Kerrigan is going to survive on that poison. Meanwhile, Kalphas is now stacked on Convention. And level 7 is where you want to be. Huge combo coming in from Kerrigan, but she doesn't have enough health and gets punished for going after ETC, which had enough health to get rid of it.
That was, I think, just kind of a frustration move.
Yeah.
Really, with Kerrigan is the one who initiates a fight, but she's not the one that's going to do most of the damage.
Oh my god, I forgot to switch the scenes back here. My apologies.
And we have a good kill on the Haka.
Yeah. I hope our audio commentary was enough to...
Very captivating voice, my man. We have a kill on Kerrigan.
Oh! I'm gonna comment here. Anubarak coming in here, trying to get some retribution here, but he may just be... Yeah, good slide. Anubarak just too frustrated, trying to get some kind of value off there, and he goes to his death as well.
And we're starting to see the same trends. Winston Churchill kind of taking control early and just not letting up. I'm gonna have to say Separate Deer is playing really well on the HC. He's waiting for the overextensions. He's not rushing any cooldowns, and he's waiting for the exact right time to go in. And if you're Mortis Invicta, you need to relax a little bit, especially Striker. He's going in a little bit. He already has 4 deaths.
Yeah, I know I said they needed to be decisive and make decisions, but it looks like they're trying to force things to happen
I
now.
think he's getting a little ahead of himself compared to the rest of the team, and I don't know. I mean, obviously I can't hear that comm, so I don't know if it's a communication thing, one way or another. But, can't be running into 4 people.
I'm not up on the timer here. I'm not sure how close we are to the next Punisher. Diva is going to have to back off here as 4 rotate up
3
top
minutes
here.
every time.
Haka gets the camp. Yeah. Oh, I just wasn't paying attention, so I'm not sure. Oh, the bomb managed to nail the Kerrigan, who gets body blocked in by the rest of the team.
I look at it,
Diva bomb value.
That's the combo right there.
Yeah. Oh, Kalphas gets isolated, but he is going to be trying to... Oh, the aim strike almost grabs the ECC. Meanwhile, Dahaka digs up top while Vala has to clear the bottom camp.
If we look, we have pretty well-rounded damage line from Winston Churchill. They're all doing pretty solid damage. Diva's doing a lot of damage right now.
Kalphas, though, in no man's land. Brightwing looking to get the kill. manages one more auto attack from the Fairy Dragon. ETC gets knocked up, and it is 11 to 9. Let me look at the ults here. We've got Rain of Vengeance for Follow. We've got Emerald Wind for Brightwing. Mosh Pit. We've got Big Shot and Horrify. No surprises there. And Mortis Invicta gets 10. And Dahaka's still waiting on his ult, but we have Flaying Sight coming out, Maelstrom for Kerrigan, Phoenix for Dahaka Cocoon, and Dahaka goes Isolation. Big power side in the 2 there, no follow-up is going to be just fine. Meanwhile, Val is still bottom. This Shrine just comes up now.
He's coming up right now. Little FK pushing,
So,
we get another pause.
we got another pause here.
Uh,
I know it's supposed to be good caster like habits to switch scenes off when it's paused so that people don't get an advantage. But I think with the delay we should be fine, and because I also forgot to switch scenes last time. So okay, looks like they are lagging on the same connection. They should be back in a minute.
yeah. We can see how the Diva is affecting the game with her bombs.
Yeah. Absolutely. Like, and that's always got to be a threat, and it's always just a good zoning tool. And let me look at the talents here for Diva. We've got Crash Course.
I guess Mortis Invicta is not a totally immobile team, but
Oh yeah.
not mobile enough.
Yeah, but between the ETC, I mean, before that bomb, that was unfortunate for Kerrigan, but when your team relies on dive like that, it's hard to dive into a waiting Diva bomb, so you have to have some method of getting yourself out.
And I think sometimes people, if you look at the Mortis Invicta draft, I think you drafted Dahaka, you really want someone with single target burst to follow up on him. Because Dahaka is an extremely good isolation character. I mean, he has a move called Isolation. So, maybe you might even want to. I mean, Li Ming's kind of bad on this map, but maybe you take a Chromie first, because Chromie's got that single target burst, in my opinion. And people kind of, I think when you draft, sometimes people kind of they kind of jumble all over the place and take like random picks. I mean, you can see in Winston Churchill the synergy that team has with their ults and with Diva Bomb. It's probably something that they bring out in practice, I would assume.
Yeah, absolutely. And hey, Horrify is always strong to sort of follow up on.
Oh yeah, so I mean, Gul'dan is a strong pick. I mean, maybe this is probably one of the maps you couldn't focus on him early.
Yeah.
I'm
very surprised that Kerrigan. I'm looking at the towns. Kerrigan did not go the second Q.
I really think that Ravage build is not used. I mean, I don't generally like Kerrigan, especially she was picked pretty early. If you ever even if you watched Tempo Storm played a little Kerrigan in IHC, they would save her to the last.
Yep. Okay, we're ready to go here.
And we have
Oh wait.
Wait. Oh yeah, you gotta change the
I did not get it ready from the other team.
Yeah. I mean, to a certain extent, I think they kind of just lack the damage follow-up for the combos.
Okay. Okay, we are back. Alright, and it looks like we got Brightwing backing up here. And this is, I think, the fight that Mortis and Invicta wants to get in on the Shrine. The Shrine has not been started yet, and it's 12 to 10, and they have all their ults up. This could be a very good fight for them. Emerald Link comes out, pushes Nubrak, and Nubrak is all alone, gets polymorphed. No follow-up onto the Nubrak. Kerrigan combo comes out. Cocoon goes down. Meanwhile, Diva is silenced. Mech goes down. Kerrigan looking for blood, gets onto the Gul'dan, but Gul'dan's going to be fine. Kerrigan is too far in, and she goes down.
That's correct, and that's been a story of this game. Kerrigan a little bit too far, and I think that they just really lack the damage to secure the kills.
Yeah, and if I gotta say, Kerrigan really looking for blood. I would go back and watch the replay on that if I could, but I have to imagine Brightwing got a really good spell shield out onto the Gul'dan, because Gul'dan was just not dying. Meanwhile, Dahaka, they're still trying to get on the shrine. Dahaka goes down, and they're losing us 4v5. Meanwhile, ETC's really low. He could be down here too, but he's looking for a mosh pit, and he gets a huge mosh pit, and this is going to be the rest of Mortis Invicta, and Winston Churchill comes away with this shrine. Meanwhile, Kerrigan is back, and she is just going to...
Now, I would start pushing into this wall. That's the first thing I would do right now.
Yeah, this is a point where you'd see a lot of teams, although they are back real soon, you'd see a lot of teams get to 39 and maybe take the front wall and then get the Punisher.
Well, even if they just like
but Diva
don't stall, having the front wall sieging that keep is really important. Getting the front wall down, siege the keep, because it allows you to play aggressively into it.
Yeah, Gul'dan is going to opt to soak down here. Obviously, I would be pushing by 5 right here. 14 to 11. I think you want to be just trying to push as far as you can. Cocoon comes out, but Dahaka Punisher, I think, gets the full credit for that. Cocoon goes down. Nothing really happens. KT's poking, but it's all just inconsequential damages. No one really able to follow up here. Not even a Stukov here to sort of heal everybody. Not Stukov, Brightwing. Not even Brightwing out here to heal everybody up. Brightwing and Gul'dan soaking. I mean, I think with one dead, you call everybody to rotate up immediately. This Punisher is very alive. You have 5 pushing here. You get keep.
Yeah, I mean, you can put Brightwing in the lane to clear the mix and then fly in when you need to.
Yeah, I think Gul'dan should definitely be here, throwing out his ease. Looking at his corruption quest is indeed complete. So that's a lot of value comes in. Here's going to get that value now. Getting a lot of damage onto Kael'thas, about half his health due to poison.
He's trying.
Diva has bomb, but she's opting not to use it, and they don't even get front wall here. I think I would have
silenced while she's trying to run in and do it.
Yeah.
No problem.
And looking for that Q. They get the sidewall down, but they don't get the Q off, and she throws the bomb in.
Yeah.
Not really. But it's going to force the Fear the wrong way. I think Gul'dan was looking to bring Dahaka towards the team, and they jump away.
This is a really substantial lead, though. I have a hard time.
Meanwhile, Dahaka here, hiding, kind of pushing, trying to make sure to get some soak here, and they're just going to grab some camps, push down. 16 to 12, I really think Winston Churchill Manatees wanted to have a keep, but they're going to play it a little bit slower, and this is a very ballsy push in here by Mortis Invicta. 16-12, trying to start a fight. All the ults go down, but that's a 3-man mosh, and people are going to die. Unfortunate. I think, again, Mortis Invicta getting just trying to make things happen, trying to force things, and that is a 5-man kill. I think at this point, you just go take a keep if you're Mortis Invicta.
Cooldowns are short, but they go mid. You got
take 2.
They got the siege camp in the mid.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That wall is gone for sure, and that's got to be a mid keep. In fact, if they were all alive, I would say you push in here. If you don't have a wall, you push in out of the keep. So. Oh, it's unfortunate. It looks like Mortis Invicta is lagging. It looks like, which is, you never. It's always a shame to see. You really want to have like a good match where both teams are able to perform at their best, and it looks like Mortis Invicta not able to do that.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
We want to see a good game here, but
yeah. So. It looks like somebody is using all the internet. Too much internet being taken up, and so it's still a lot of fun. NGS, never that serious. Oh, big old cocoon on the Diva here. Let me see a Diva kill.
I think if they stay here, they're going to get punished.
That's probably true. ETC sliding in, saving the mech, and everybody's looking real low. I think, judging from the chat, it looks like Mortis just wants this game to kind of be over, which I think is fair. Shaman Camp's still pushing on the keep. And not that they're throwing anything, but it's like, hey, let's go for the gold. Let's really get in here and see if we can make something happen and come back. But they're going to grab a keep here as this next shrine comes up. It's a bottom shrine. Looks like Winston Churchill, they're going to go for the second keep here. They've got no shaman, but the minions are not far behind.
A shaman minion.
Yeah, a shaman minion, but looks like they're going to opt to leave this alone.
I don't know. Yeah, they don't want to. They don't want to screw it up. Probably
Yeah.
gonna. However, if I were them, I would push in at forward.
Absolutely. Yeah, you want this fort gone before this Punisher comes up for sure. I think they're probably looking to wait to get a fight here on this shrine. Maybe get some people dead, and then they can have time to push. Kerrigan goes down on these people taking his camp. Definitely a cheeky camp steal here. Brightwing uses Ice Block. Is Brightwing going to be able to get away? Yep, Emerald wins away. Cocoon goes down, and Kerrigan dies again. And Anubarak goes down, and that's what they were looking for. And here's where you see...
going in right now. Okay. They didn't see him. Okay. I thought they had vision.
Yeah.
It just seems like maybe it's the lag, but the team's not always on the same page.
Yeah, and there's goes Zaldareth. It looks like they're not going to bother to pause here, and they are in quote such laws right now. Our healer, so done. Yeah, this person just Dahaka connecting and disconnecting. They're going to get 40 here, and this is probably going to be game.
Is really good. They had an Ana that was a bot.
Yeah.
They would actually...
Anabot.
Because they hit all the skill shots.
Yeah, any skill shot hero is a great AI. Any hero, like Medic, really bad right now. Medic will just sit there and push lanes by herself if you let her as an AI. It's insane. So there goes a fort. This Punisher still at about 75% health. Yeah, huge Gul'dan damage. Man, that corruption really just big shot finishes off the Haka sniper headshot from across the way. Punisher comes down, jumps. That wall's going to be dead. Kerrigan goes down. There are only 3 left. Stukov barely has any health. Barely has any ping from what I hear. Kael'thas gonna die here. And this keep is going to be made short work of, and this is probably going to be game with catapults pushing in from mid. And the Punisher's still alive with only 2 people left. Yeah, 5 level lead, 20, and Storm Talons too. So, unfortunate set of events here, but this game is over mercifully quickly. That is, that ragdoll. Definitely worth the price of admission. GG's here, so we split 1-1, and that is it for Winston Churchill Manatees versus Mortis and Invicta.
We got to see some mouth.
Yeah, and it's
so.
Yeah, and I gotta say, like, I'm not sure if they started getting lag at the beginning of the game or if it was at the end, but. You know, at least it wasn't a close game where all of a sudden you get lag, because that's even more frustrating. And they took the first game, so
yeah.
Congrats to both teams here. Very well done here. Let me see if Winston, because I think Mortis and Invicta. I want to see if either team wants to get in for an interview.
Okay,
here.
Sounds good. Yeah, Winston Churchill had some pretty decent drafts. I'll say they had a lot of focus on the Gul'dan.
Okay. Okay, we're gonna bring Winston Churchill. I'm gonna bring see if I can bring K-Wolf into the casting lobby here.
Oh.
Okay, I think we're gonna get Mortis and Invicta in here first. Actually, okay. Okay, let me see if I can pull Mortis Invicta into the thing here. Okay. Okay. Okay, I'm going to go ahead I'm gonna send you this. It looks like he's got his own Discord. We're gonna jump in there. I'm gonna send you the link. Where are you?
Okay, so we're joining that.
Yeah.
Okay. And where am I going exactly?
To that link. Looks like we are jumping into here.
Yeah, but what channel do they want me in?
I'm gonna go into Heroes of the Storm.
Alright.
All right. Okay, we are in.
Accent stuff, but like,
Hello. Hi, you guys are all live, so be careful. Yeah. So I'm really sorry to hear that you guys were all lagging there towards the end.
It was Ronan and Zal. They play from the same place, and they're sharing a connection with someone else on another team who's playing in another series.
Oh, that
He
is
just
really
kind of bulldozed
unfortunate.
their
I'm very sorry to
bandwidth.
hear
Yeah,
that.
it is unfortunate, but it is what it is. We'll take the first one.
Are you guys liking that whole game?
Yeah.
What's that?
No, not until the pause.
Yeah, not until the first pause, and then it started off fine after that. We had like 50 ping, and then it went up to like 600 during the team fight.
Oh my God.
And the lag didn't get Kael'thas killed, but right after Kael'thas died, we started getting like 3-second delays on everything.
Oh, so it was just piling on to a bad situation. I'm very sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
I do have a question, actually, more talking about the first game. You guys managed to win that game off of turning it around there and getting a really good team fight, down 16. And it looked like Sonya was really the instigator for that. Could you tell me what was going on with you guys? And
You know, there was that.
what got
There
you
was
guys?
that moment
Yeah,
there at the
go ahead.
end. They rotated into mid lane to push our last keep, and we said this is it. If they get this keep and snowball after this, they're gonna core. I came in with the call. I said I'm popping ult and I'm going on the back line. Everyone.
Yeah, and that is,
dived
it
in together.
absolutely. Yeah, and they gave you a lot of backup, and you got a lot of value there. You got a big spear onto Gul'dan, so that was a really good way to start it. And so you guys pulled it together. What was your thinking for the rest of the game? Because it looked like you guys were a little bit shaky on how to proceed.
For the first game, well, we called to take down the fort as soon as we won that team fight, and you know, I feel like there was a point at which they could have turned on us and decimated, but they didn't. They decided to retreat, and we were able to push through their keep and brawl our way up to the core.
Yeah,
I mean, we were about as surprised as y'all were.
Yeah, I think they really underestimated the value of Lucio right there.
Yeah.
Sustain heals, absolutely.
Mostly the movement speed. You know, you can't really run from Lucio.
Yeah, absolutely. I do have, and I guess my last question in the first game would be, what was your guys' plan with the draft? What were you looking to execute there?
Oh, jeez.
If you can talk about
Look
that.
back on this.
I can try and give
ETC,
you a...
Lucio, Sonya, Li Ming. Yeah.
Okay, so we were looking to wait. Was that Sky Temple? That was. Yeah, we were looking to use ETC's global to split soak as much as possible. And for the shrines, we wanted to put Sonya on them with ETC global in to help. It didn't quite work out that way throughout the extent of it, though. Zal.
Okay, cool. All right, well, sorry about that second game.
Let me ask you guys a
I
question.
really appreciate you guys coming on. Yeah, go
How
ahead.
did you guys feel about playing against the new Malf?
We were surprised. We didn't expect to see double healer, and that kind of affected how we drafted against them.
Yeah,
I gotta say, I'm still not that impressed.
No. You did a lot of damage.
Mouth is
Yeah,
strong.
and that's what I was expecting, at least. Whenever we went into the game, I was like, oh, they probably drafted the Malf for the for damage rather than for extra heals.
Yeah. His heals are a lot stronger
Yeah.
in AoE heals now. It's hard to say.
Yeah.
It's a little more risky, but if you can get it off, I think it's significantly more healing than before.
Yeah. And I will say, I did see Malfear almost kill Avala. So
Yeah.
He's been able to do that.
Not clutch.
He's been able to basically kill anyone one-on-one before. So that's like
Yeah.
Alarak, but
All right. Well, good. Thank you guys so much for doing the interview. Yeah. Good luck in your next match, and we will talk to you later.
Thanks, guys. You too.
Right.
Thanks for
guys.
coming in.
Have a good night.
All right. We are gonna go ahead and join the Winston Churchill Manatees now, and see if I can get them into this location here. See if I can. I'm not sure what the invite is like, but.
Okay.
Okay, we have. Let me send you another Discord to go.
So they were
into
impressed
here.
with the mouth. That's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
I guess maybe
there's
they
the other Discord
they
to
felt
join.
mouth was basically the same.
Yeah. All right. I sent you another link to join the
All
Discord.
right. Well.
But I'm probably not gonna say anything.
Hello.
Hello, hey.
Hi. Sorry.
Hey.
I'm just saying you guys are on stream at the
Oh,
moment.
hey.
So you guys are live. All right. Okay. Random task is in here. Great. So
I'll start off the first question. You went with
Yeah.
the mouth early. What was your thinking behind that? How do you feel about the mouth right now?
Okay, I guess I can take that since I played him. I think Malv is in a pretty strong position at the moment. We were concerned that he would be a little bit too strong, and we wanted to pick him first because we liked where he's at right now. It is it's a lot of fun to play, but we figured that Malf also output enough damage to let us run a second support, and he's one of the few supports that lets us do that. And the thinking was that we would just be able to out-sustain the other team and poke everyone down with Gul'dan.
It's a good strategy. I like that strategy.
yeah, and it seemed to be working. You guys had a really strong lead. What was your guys' reaction going into that last team fight in the first game?
It
Panic.
honestly kind of surprised. Yeah, we were panicking a little bit. We weren't thinking about the running away from the Lucio thing. Our main thing was we were trying to get the Sonya off of us. That was probably our biggest thing, and
You
where
guys,
we kind of fell behind. We also got
That was
split
the-
off a little bit.
That was the one thing I was worried about that they would do with their draft, because that's the one thing our team was not set up well to handle.
Yeah.
I think you guys had some of your cooldowns down there. That's why I'm trying to see your thought process when doing that. Like 95% of the game when that Sonya and ETC were up against you, you get a little Horrify, you get a little Twilight Dream, they basically get melted.
Yeah, that's the
I
thing. We
just
didn't have the Horrify up, and that really hurt us there. We thought
Okay.
we had
Yeah,
enough
both
to
of
be able to
them.
take that keep and then back out. We weren't even trying to end the game there. We were just trying to get the keep, back out, wait for
Yep.
the next tempo phase.
Right. We had both Dream and Horrify come up really late in that fight, and by that point it was too late to have much of an impact.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, it's unfortunate that the second game got so marred because of the lag situation. It looks like Mortis, towards the end of the game, had real trouble doing anything with their computers at the end. But what was your guys' plan going into that second game?
Honestly, we valued like in our practice games a lot. We've been valuing the Gul'dan a lot, and Gul'dan overall is just a strong hero right now, and that's why we went into the second game with more of a front line to just protect him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so that brings me to my next question. What was your thought process behind the Diva?
Yeah.
Diva brings a lot of disruption. So they picked the Kerrigan. Kerrigan comes in with her combo, boop her right off of it. Same thing with the tongue off of Dahaka. I believe we got Falendreth got grabbed by a tongue one time, right at the top, booped him right off. We were safe.
Yeah, it basically makes it really difficult for them to pull off the stun chain that they had drafted. Diva can just run in and just basically knock everyone out of position.
I mean,
That's really interesting. I like that thinking because at that point in the draft, I was saying you guys were looking for some kind of
guys,
cleanse.
you just wanted to mosh them.
Hey, Brightwing's got
I'll admit there is a
Oh
little
yeah,
bit of
Brightwing.
cheese there.
Oh,
Brightwing's got the cleanse.
Brightwing does have the cleanse. Actually did not pay attention because I think at that point the game was snowballing. Did Brightwing actually go cleanse?
Yeah, I went cleanse.
Okay, all right. I wasn't sure because I wasn't sure if the Z build at the beginning was a hybrid.
Oh, so
Or not.
this is a personal preference. I almost never take anything except the Z build because you can just be all over the map faster than anyone expects.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And was the Brightwing a response to the Dahaka Global, or was it part of your overall strategy?
Partly, but I just really like Brightwing.
Same here. I think I think half support mains just love Brightwing, and so yeah, she's absolutely my favorite too. So I'm glad to see her.
Were you guys ever
Enjoy.
thinking about going out of support at the end of the second game?
No.
No?
Yeah. We chose to go the double front line just to protect the Gul'dan and just try and push them away and like let the poke damage do its work.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. It's a shame that we didn't get like mostly like a full game, but like going into the beginning of the game, it seemed like you guys that were able to pull that off. So well done.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thanks.
All right, yeah. Well, thank you guys so
All right,
much
thank you.
for the interview. Good luck in your next games, and we will see you later.
You too, man.
All right, guys. Good games.
Bye. Games. Okay, I believe that is going to do it. Yes, that is going to. Oh, anyway, sorry, you were not on stream just now, so I completely missed your last sentence.
What?
You were not on stream just now, so I missed your last
Oh,
sentence.
those good interviews.
Yeah, I really enjoyed those interviews. Well, thank you so much. This has been. Sorry, I didn't have the information up on stream, but this has been Random Task, co-casting with me. Thank you very much for stopping by.
No problem, man. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no problem. It was a very good one. Sorry about the scene mess up there. I did miss a bit of scene in the middle there, but second game still kind of
Good.
rough.
I had
so.
fun, man. That was good.
Yeah, I had fun
My
too.
I got my first Heroes of the Storm game casted. Hope everyone approved.
Yeah, very nice. Excellent. Mine too. I am not new to Heroes casting, but I am new to NGS, and the stream was a little late because I was still setting everything up for NGS, but I have it polished up for next time, and I hope to see you then. So make sure to follow me, and I will be casting more NGS games in the future. For now, that is it. We go 1-1. Winston, Churchill, Manatees, and Mortis Invicta both taking one game. And that is it for the CE division from me tonight. This has been me, Ghost Dunk, and Random Task co-casting. Thank you very much, and good night, ladies
All right,
and gentlemen.
guys. Have a good night.